Grafton! Happy holidays and welcome to the 31st Annual Grafton Christmas Parade, presented by Columbia St. Mary's and organized by the businesses and volunteers of the Grafton Area Chamber of Commerce. Let's give them all a big hand. It's awesome to see everybody out here when we have it a little bit colder than it's been in previous years, but the sun is shining. It's a great day in Grafton, and we're looking forward to the great groups that we've always had in the parade. It's a wonderful tradition, so the first thing you're going to be seeing is the Harley's Hog Chapter from West Bend that will be coming down the route, and that means that the parade will be ready to start. We are having our two very favorite drill teams from Chicago, Illinois, the Fancy New Generation drill team, and of course everybody's favorite, the South Shore drill team, which will be appearing just before the person that everybody came here to see, Santa Claus. And after Santa, our volunteers that helped organize all of the holiday events for the Chamber of Commerce will be throwing out hundreds of pounds of candy. So we want to caution you, there will be a lot of candy during the parade. Please keep your children out of the road. We want everything to remain safe, so everybody has a wonderful holiday. I also want to mention that the Fancy New Generation drill team is sponsored by our friends at Harris Bank, and the South Shore drill team is sponsored by the Exacto Spring Corporation. So we'd like to thank them for their generous donations that made those appearances possible, as well as all of the other businesses that donate to make this parade the success that it is. We would also like to thank our friends at Cornerstone Community Bank who sponsored our Breakfast with Santa this morning. We had about 450 moms and dads and grandpas and kids out for their first visit with Santa Claus, so we'd like to thank them for making that possible. So, everyone, enjoy the parade, stay out of the street, keep the children safe, and Merry Christmas. Well, here we are at the 31st Annual Grafton Christmas Parade, a sunny day in Grafton, and I am Nancy Hunt, the Executive Director of the Grafton Area Chamber of Commerce, and helping me commentate for the parade today is Cadet Becca King, who is a Grafton resident and Grafton High School graduate and now attends the West Point Military Academy. So welcome, Becca.
Thank you very much.
And how long have you been involved with the Grafton Christmas Parade?
My first parade was in 1994 when I was 3, and I was with the Dance Academy and the Girl Scouts, and I brought my horse as I got older, and then ever since then I've just been helping out with the parade, and it's good to be back and be home from college and be able to come back and get involved again.
And I am so delighted that you're here. We're so grateful to all our volunteers that help us every year with the parade, and certainly Becca and her family, Assistant Executive Director of the Chamber, Pam King, her husband Brett, their son Matt, have been a mainstay of organizing the staging area in the for the parade up at St. Paul's for a number of years. And believe me, we would be lost without their talents and their services. So we need to extend our thanks to the entire King family. So, the first thing that we're going to be seeing this morning is the Harley Hog Chapter from West Bend. Addie Silverthorne and all of his friends that ride Harleys have usually come down the route to kind of clear the street and let us know that the parade is on the way. And from what we've heard at the staging area, Becca, have they stepped off?
They have. They actually are on their way now. They should be about halfway to us, and things are going smoothly up there. Everyone showed up, so the Harleys will bring us in this morning, and they should be here within the next minute or two.
Great, and we owe a debt of thanks to a lot of people that help us put this parade together. It takes an enormous amount of volunteers, an enormous amount of support from all of the businesses in Grafton, from the police department, from the Department of Public Works, right on down to also, last but not least, Quality Landscaping, who not only pulls our committee float for us, but has also given us this wonderful stage, one of their trucks to film the parade from. So we owe our thanks to them as well.
And it looks like they're rounding the corner right now to head towards us, so we'll get a show on the road and get this thing started.
Great. Thanks, Becca. Also out at the breakfast this morning, we had a number of volunteers. The cheerleaders were helping Santa Claus. There were the DECA club that you used to be involved with when you were at the high school. The members of DECA were volunteering, like they always do, to help with the clearing of the tables. I mentioned the Grafton High School cheerleaders. That breakfast was catered by the Flip Side, Grafton Catering, and it was sponsored by our friends at Cornerstone Community Bank once again. Our parade chairman this year is, again, for the third year in a row, Amy Schlegg. You know Mrs. Schlegg, right?
I do. Her daughter and I actually rode horses together. We were in the parade together multiple years in a row, so it's good to see them again.
Good people that are great volunteers tend to flock together, and that's certainly what we have here in Grafton. Becky Schimpf from Cornerstone Community Bank was our Breakfast with Santa chairman. David Liss at Recognition Specialists is in charge of our cars. Eileen Cron of U.S. Bank is in charge of the bands. So we'll mention more of these volunteers, but right now we'll just get a load of the Harleys, that rumble. And leading off the parade is Captain Emmett. Well, it was going to be Captain Emmett Grissom, but that looks like
yet another great Grafton volunteer stepping in and taking the reins.
Captain Joe Gabrish. Actually, I knew it would come to me. Okay, that was truly colorful and loud. One of the reasons we have the Harleys kind of go through is to make sure everybody not only knows that the parade is starting, but a lot of our businesses in Grafton depend on Harley-Davidson and their motorcycle production to keep themselves successful. One in particular that I'm very familiar with is Caliber, where they do specialty painting of Harley-Davidsons. And when I take the third grade classes on a tour of Grafton to show them, you know, what the different businesses are and tell them a little history, they're always surprised to find out that, wow, Harley-Davidsons are painted right here in Grafton.
Grafton's big time.
It's big time for the Harleys.
It's interesting because they go through so slow on the parade, but imagine the ride on a day like today to get to the parade on a Harley. So they're pretty bundled up this morning, so it's good that they made it out here and they braved the cold to get here this morning, and it's a great way to welcome the parade, and it looks like the rest is following shortly.
Right, a little bit chilly. I think a lot of the Harleys are put away for the winter after this event. We're lucky that they keep them out this long, actually.
I would think so.
And we have to mention the theme of our parade. Each year we have a different theme for the Christmas parade, and this year it's just great. You'll love it. We hope everybody will love the Grafton Christmas Parade. And that was very thoughtfully created by your mother.
Oh,
did you know that?
I did not know that.
She did. She said, oh, we were agonizing over a theme. Of course, last year was easy when we had Ho Ho Ho, the big 3-0. But this year, now what are we going to do? And how about it's just like you'll love it. So the Y-U-L-E theme. And the Christmas trees that are decorated in the Paramount Plaza, when we had our tree lighting the other night, a lot of them were very inventive and creative in using that theme on their tree. So I would encourage everyone during the holiday season to get down and watch and take a look at all of the trees in the Paramount Plaza that were decorated by 20 different businesses and community groups.
Definitely. It looks beautiful behind us, and it's definitely a good place to stop after the parade, or when you're downtown. We got a lot of businesses down here too. The parade banner is being carried by Tori Alexander and Taylor Arnold. And the 31st Annual Grafton Christmas Parade is sponsored by Columbia St. Mary's.
So maybe Captain Grissom is in this police vehicle, or maybe not, or maybe that's our, well, it'll be a secret. Sometimes, Becca, we just have to call them as we see them.
I think so. It's a good thing we've got the small town vibe and everybody knows everybody.
I love that. Well, we have a little time here, so we can talk about some more of our volunteers that help us organize the parade. We'll have a number of celebrities in the parade today, and Meg Canepa was the volunteer on our parade committee who organized the celebrities for the parade. Then we had Angie Regnitz, who's an employee of Port Washington State Bank, who organized all of our costume characters, got volunteers. I understand we had an abundance of volunteers this year for the costuming area. Patty Brandt of Harris Bank is our float segment chairperson. And of course, Jolly the Elf is going to be collecting letters from Santa Claus along the route and at the breakfast, and she collected them at the tree lighting. And the kids will be getting a letter back from Santa Claus at the North Pole. Did you ever do that? Did we have that going when you were coming to the parade as a kid?
I didn't write any letters, but as I grew older, I helped collect them. So I've
That's
seen it in
right.
action. Yes.
You were an elf when you were
I
walking.
was an elf 1 year.
Becca's just done, you know, about every segment of the parade, and I told her we're going to bring her back when she's a celebrity. We know, because we know she'll achieve that status.
We can only hope so.
Our next group that always opens up the Grafton Christmas Parade are the members of our Rose Harms Legion Post. And you don't... Veterans of the Korean War, World War II, the Vietnam War.
Yes, even the younger armed service members are invited to join in the post here in Grafton also. So we have all different veterans here in the parade with us, and they have their color guard along with them. They're receiving an applause as always from the Grafton community members for their service and their opening of the parade.
And these are the people that help keep our country free. And Becca, you're going to be joining the ranks of the military.
I will
and
be.
We're very proud of you for the choice and the decision that you've made to do that.
Thank you.
We have the commanders of the post, the commander of the Legion, and Richard Reek on the left is a village trustee. He is the commander of the Sons of the American Legion. Ken Naraki is the commander of the post, and Amy Luft is the auxiliary president. And there I see John Reek, Leroy Pollen, just some of the gentlemen that I can name.